Good morning. Well, it's harder getting here this morning than it was yesterday. Happy June 1st. I hope you're doing well. Can you believe it's June 1st? Blows my mind. May's one of my favorite months. Very long month. Beginning of spring, summer. Basketball, playoffs. Love May. Well, good morning. Thank you guys very much. I just woke up not too long ago, so we're going to go through all the things I normally go through behind the scenes. I'm going to go through that right now. Good morning, John. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining. So we're going to start with share screen. And let's start with looking at just some numbers, some financials. And I want to try to keep this upbeat and positive. I know it's crazy, but here we go. You know what? Before I do that, stop share. Forgive me. I don't want it like that. I want it like something like that. We want it like this. Good morning, Costa. Good morning, John. Okay, here we go. Share screen. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's start looking at we'll look at the news first. Instead of going straight into market stuff, let's look at some news stuff. So in Sports Collectors Daily today, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that caught my attention. Another Tom Brady here, contenders. This is a BGS 9 looking to break the football record. I think the last one of his sold was like a 8.5, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how this goes. It just, regardless of what's going on in the world, big cards are selling big time in the hobby. I mean, they're still, like you saw the Gretzky go for 3.75. Obviously, this is poised to go pretty high. There's that auction of the doctor out of Florida. It's going to be, what, $20 million in cards. So there's definitely some money in the hobby. And I've listened to a lot of people this weekend talk about, the hobby. It's funny, depending on who you listen to. If they're smart, if they're card people, they're telling you it's a great time to buy. If they're not card people, they don't know what they're telling you. I think they're just freaking out. But I think everybody I listen to in the card world at some point said still a good time to buy. Personally, I think it's up to you to decide. I'm not buying anything right now. I'm selling. But that's not 100% true, because I do have a video I'm dropping at 9 a day that talks about what you could be or should be buying in the hobby if you want to enjoy the hobby. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. Anyway, other hobby news, nothing like I saw that was, super exciting. This article's from yesterday. Still buying, Kaboom hits, new releases. As I said, right now, the hobby's not crash. It's not the end of the world. It's not tomorrow your card's going to be worth zero. That's not going to happen. I just think that there's corrections in the market. I think those corrections are going to be around behavior. Let's take a quick look over here at Topps. It is Tuesday, but it's the beginning of the week, and just see what's kind of going on their website. I have not been doing Project 70, just too much going on there, but man, there's been some cool art and some cool cards I've seen. I mean, like, also this one caught my eye, this showy Butani. Keep an eye on Topps' website. They got Wave 2 out right now, but keep an eye on their website later this week, because if you want to get Finest, I think on Friday, they probably will drop on their website. I haven't confirmed it yet, but normally Topps drops their product as well on their website. So looking forward to that. Over on the Panini site, not much special going on with Panini. We'll see what's coming on first off the line this week. Draft Prism, breaking this stuff at $1,000 down. And that's going to be interesting. See, 2 days, that goes for sale on what, Thursday? I'll definitely follow that. I have no interest in chasing that or buying that. That's way too expensive. I like Prism, but I'm not a fan of these college cards. I do expect this will do well, though. What else did I want to talk about? We went over a release calendar yesterday. Let's go ahead and just take a look at some of the indexes around the hobby. Indexes are funds that are looking at different cards. Not much really to talk about. It's still on a continued downward trend. Again, this is the Card Ladder 50 index. They pick 50 cards. So they put in this. I believe their cards are down here. I'm not a Card Ladder person, but they do pick a wide variety of cards. Right, you got a lot of vintage, a lot of big names, which I think is interesting. But just to give you an idea of their index, it's been slowly just creeping downward creeping. Starstock does a great one. Again, they haven't updated in over a week, but this is the basketball. Is this basketball? Yeah, NBA Emerging 30. Looking at this, I will say, I mean, Starstock launched this thing last year. We're almost back down to those levels, right? Which is kind of concerning. I like their index because their index is focused on rookies and Prism cards, and I believe these are base. For example, look at Luka. Luka's selling for $375. That's a shock. Luka stayed at $550 the entire time. We're to sell at $375. That is interessante. Zion holding at $250. I remember that card used to be of a lot. Coming down. Those are the two big boys that I think about. A lot of red, some green, but a lot of red. A lot of red. And I have to say, players like this, like, why is Hunter down? Why is Collins down? Those guys are balling out in the playoffs. And you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, that's the index. I definitely like this. Take a look at it. I used to use index to kind of target these as PSA 9s, 10s, and Starstock A's. I'll be honest. Now, I'm kind of staying away from the base. I'm focusing more on the shiny. Get me a good old green Prism or red, white, and blue. I'd rather have one of those right now. I wonder if they'll update the index like that. That'd be a good idea. Maybe you could create your own index on greens and red, white, and blues. But I am staying focused on Prism, by the way. And let me just clarify, I'm not buying. I'm just saying if I was, that's what I'd be buying. I can't say I haven't bought anything either. I'm sure I bought something on Starstock. Major League Baseball. Baseball's still down. And I'll be honest, I think this is surprising. I thought baseball would be doing better. Tatis kind of flat overall, down for the season when you think about it. Guerrero is as well down. Soto down, from their highs in the beginning of the season. Is Ohtani up? I thought Ohtani was up. Yeah, Ohtani's one of the ones that's been up recently. And so is Gleyber Torres, Gavin Lux. So love these little indexes. Again, these are free, by the way. You can go to Starstock's page, and right on their homepage, they have these indexes to check out. Let's take a little dive into some more numbers. These are the rookies that I've been following. I pulled this up pretty much on a daily, I think. I've been surprised by this because I'm looking for this. When you see green in the 30-day or 90-day average, and you got a little green in trade, but then it kind of slipped off again. Watson's still hanging low at $375. Luka keeps bouncing between $850 and $1,000. And then this one also blows my mind. Where is he? Melo Ball. Look, Melo Ball is worth as much as Luka right now. That just blows my mind. One of those two is wrong. You tell me. And what was the other one? I think those are the main ones. Oh, my boy Giannis, touching the 2,000 mark. I'm not being a hater, Giannis, but I expect you to be down a lot more in the near future. This is one of the cards I look at as it was a hype card from the COVID time. It went from about $1,000 to $7,000 in just a bunch of hype and energy and speculation. Now I think that goes away. I think we're going to correct that, right? That card's not worthless. It's got great value, but it's not worth $7,000, or in my opinion, too. Okay. Lastly, let's start on on the financials, I should say. Let's pay attention to a little bit of what's going well. Now, this is a report on just simply card movement prices, and this is looking at price changes that are positive, the greatest price changes, and who the cards are. Now, I'll point out a lot of these are really, really, I don't want to say suspicious, but they're just, look at this. Urez started at 235, is ending at 1750. So these are raw cards, and there's going to be a lot of variation in raw. So that jumped to me. What it shows me is at least his card is moving. And then you can see Zion Prestige raw, Anthony Edwards Hoops Class raw, Curtis Jones, which I'm like, who the hell is Curtis Jones? Well, he's a soccer player. And that might catch my attention, maybe move from 5 to 15. I had no idea who it was. Another one. Here's another Young Guns. This is a hockey guy, right? So if you're not following it and following who hockey is, now I know who he is, right? Went from $5 to $15. want to research more before I jumped in that, but again, it brings this attention to me watching that. The Hoops Slam Curry card is up. LeBron Donruss base from 16. That's shocking, actually. Edwards Alaire. Now, again, look at that jump. It's a Mosaic Raw from 143 to 375. Now, I will say you can go up here if you want to. And you can add filters on these. I believe, what's the filter you set? There's one that I think makes you pick base cards. Or, yeah, we could just look at PSA 10s, for example. If we didn't want to search just raw cards, which you're going to see a lot of stuff, go down here and look at PSA 10s, and then we can see what changes are going on in the PSA 10 world, right? So Gary Sheffield, no idea. Not somebody I'd want to go out and grade and take a year to get back. I don't know who that guy is. Luca. Okay, look at that. This is what? His green PSA 10. Look at that. Is that right? Oh, okay. That's his second year card, though. This dude we talked about earlier, right? Herbert. Sherbert's pink mosaic camo is up. And look at the pop count on that. Right. So I like this. I like looking at specifically what's moving up and down. And again, I can look at that from PSA 10 or whatever it might be. BGS. Add a couple. I could add BGS and PSA 10. Just showing you how I look at stuff when I'm looking for the green in the world. Okay, let's go ahead and just share a few more things here before I go back to the chat and kind of close for the day. I think people have already talked about this. This is on Extreme Card Breaks. I think I mentioned it over the weekend, but I do want to keep bringing your attention to this, guys. Just be careful and cautious out there, more so than ever before, right? This is a trim card. They show you how it was trimmed and the differences, and they can tell you that because it's the same serial number card when they run the video. It's, I think, 54 out of 99. You can see a trim card. This is a video I talked about over the weekend. This was Golden Auction taking down a fake autograph that they actually accidentally listed. So, again, fake autographs. I think even, what is it, this morning? Where is the dude? There we go. Personal Finance Dad's talking about fake slabs as if it's shocked by that. So, I know he's not. That's just getting your attention. But I think this is something that we're going to see a lot more of here. And the last thing I'll mention when we're talking about these scams like the trimming and the fake autographs is probably the worst scam of them all. This one, I can't tell you how much this bothers me. I looked at this site a lot over the weekend. I have to be honest, this right here, I think is sad that these companies are the wrong word. These channels are supporting, referencing, and part of, I think, one of the biggest scams we've seen in the history of sports cards right now. And the reason I say that is this has happened before. This repack scam will happen over and over and over. But what blows me away by this one, guys, not only the amount of money this guy's making off of people, right? Oh, look, he's dropped this. Oh, no, he didn't drop that. He must have sold out the Fire Chaser. No, he dropped it. He dropped it down to $100. Isn't that kind of him? The other day it was $124. Now it's down to $100. Well, I'm glad to see you're not selling out. But these cards have also dropped in value. These cards are $200 cards right now. And I'll just point out there's no checklists in any of his products. So you don't know what's even supposed to be out there. And since you don't know what's supposed to be out there, you don't know if those chase cards ever get pulled. You don't know if anything ever happens. I just don't understand why anybody would support this type of stuff. Again, there's lots of repacks out there. They're terrible. This one might be the worst. Because again, I look at this and think to myself, why don't I just do this? Why are you so hung up on this, Ziggy? I mean, the guy's just selling cards and he's making a little money on it. And he's doing it so you have more fun because you think you're getting something. So is that wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. This is just so ethically wrong. It makes me sick. And let me just say as I close, before I go back to my chat, I sent messages to several of these channels. Embarrassing. This is a father-son, Upper North Collector. You guys know what you're getting into by promoting this. South Lake Breaks and Shy City Pulls. Not surprised. Again, breakers are notorious for pushing this crap, and they'll help each other out by buying each other's repacks. Beware. A lot of breakers are just there to steal. I don't know. I'm not saying those two are, but it's just that's not a good thing, man. I would never break with those companies. Ian, I'm disappointed in you. Who's this over here? I forget the guy's name over here. I think it's a breaker. Just disgusted. Freaking disgusted. Last thing I'll just show you. I thought this was interesting. I was watching Sports Card Anonymous and talk about rarity. Again, not a recommendation, just sharing something with you. Baker Mayfield's 18 Prism Football, his silver variation. If you're looking for it raw, BGS to PSA 10, any options, a PSA 10 hasn't shown up in over a year. A PSA 10 has not sold since May 7th, 2020. Not a single one has sold since then. A lot of 9s, a lot of raws. I don't think any BGS has sold, but the pop count on those is only 13. Think about how rare that is. I mean, that's really not, I'm not going to say that means only 13 made. It means only 13 been found and graded or submitted. In fact, we can tell that there's been more than 13. There's been 55 that have been graded. But still, that's surprising to me. Very interesting find, Sports Card Anonymous. Let me go ahead and pop back out of here. Go back to chat. Morning. Chris Jones is young. Okay, Liverpool player, some talent. Like I said, I didn't know his name until I saw that. I'll be honest. Not at Foden level, but maybe a young rookie, a prospect to follow. Repacks are ridiculous. I'm sure people end up scammed. I feel like it's getting. It is. It's just. I'm also surprised by how people have defended them. I've been like, oh, Ziggy, why you care? Repacks are fine. Again, at least some repacks have rules. That one right there is just terrible. It makes me sick. Anyway, on a positive note, guys, I am dropping a video today. Let me see if I can go here and pull up my video. Do I go to my channel? I think it's what I do, right? Go to my channel. And then right here. I got this video coming out. My system to enjoying sports cards in 2021. And I just want to share this with you. Real quickly, this is not rocket science, right? I'm not a genius. But am I even showing this? I don't think I'm even showing this. I'm not even showing the screen. Share. Okay. So I have this video coming out at 9 o'clock, 30 minutes from now. My system on enjoying sports cards. Welcome to the hobby in June 2021. I point that out because it is June 21. This is after the rise and the hype and everything like this. And real quickly, all I'm basically telling you to do is have a plan, use discipline, and repeat the plan. And this plan I think is fun because I'm encouraging you to go out and enjoy hobby boxes only. Just focus on hobby boxes. Don't do retail. Stay away from retail. Don't chase singles. Don't worry about speculating about if this card's going to go up or not based on performance. Just go back to what we love in the hobby. Open up, rip wax, and enjoy the experience of ripping wax. So I give you kind of a guide. I tell you to focus it on hobby. Get 2 hobby boxes, and I use what I refer to as the buy 2, sell 1, hold, sell strategy. I think it is. I'll go over it with you in the video, but it's just I hope you guys enjoy it, and it's meant to be fun. It's not meant to make you money. It's meant to save you from spending too much money. It's meant to help you educate yourself, enjoy the journey into the hobby. As people would say, come with me on the journey. Well, this is a journey you can take with your friend, your son, and enjoy the hobby for the next 6 months to a year, and have a goal of how to do it. So check that video out when I drop that video in about 30 minutes. Other things kind of going on this week. Oh, boy. Got a couple of videos I've been working on. I think I might stick with the dailies and maybe drop some cool stuff out this weekend. We'll see. I was going to do some highlights looking back on the last year. Like I did the one on OGs of the hobby when I highlighted Bench Clear. I'm a big fan of Bench Clear. Really love what the stuff that Bench Clear puts out. I also want to do a little flashback looking at channels that were around a year ago and where they are today, right? So there's like several channels I used to follow last year who've changed, in the last year. Some that have blown up. Some that have just taken off. That like, wow, this guy has thousands and thousands of subscribers. So I'll do kind of a video on that, an update. And hopefully you'll like the video I dropped out this morning that will come out in a little bit about the hobby boxes. I've got a couple other ideas. I've got one I've been working on how to enjoy breaking. Although breaking, I'm concerned about because the biggest problem with breaking, I'll be honest, there's just so many breakers out there. And many of them are great, but many of them have challenges. So in my opinion, you have to find a good breaker or breakers, really. They actually need breakers. And if I were to tell you which ones they are, then I have to compete with you with those breakers. So I keep those breakers to myself sometimes. Those are secrets. Well, guys, it's been about 20 minutes. Just kicking the week off, kicking off the new month. This is June. Going to continue the daily shows in the morning, just kind of going through what's going on in the hobby, talk about any news, any hot topics. Last night was Flipping Steve. Did catch a little bit of that. I didn't spend the whole 2 hours there, I'll be honest. I listened to it while I was watching the game. Tonight is Tuesday. Who's coming out with content tonight? Oh, I forget. I think Fantasy Football Quest is coming out with a video. Big fan of his stuff. Love his stuff. And again, even in the off season, he's having fun building some great content. So check him out. And I'm probably forgetting a couple other people too, but we'll talk about them or whatever good content comes out later. Guys, have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy June. Enjoy the spring, summer, wherever you are. Enjoy the hobby. Remember the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's not he who has the gold makes the rules. That's not the right rule. I'm your man from Liverpool. Man, John, thank you for joining. And listen, guys, I will say we've got the break coming up, hopefully on Sunday night this week, Donruss break. I've got, I think, about 12 people who have already got spots. John, I know, has a spot or two. What else am I going to say? We're going to do more contests later this week, some fun ones. I know I did the one contest. I tell those people not to repack. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I crossed the line, but God, the repack just bothers me. And again, this is the wrong time in the hobby. It's always the wrong time, but this is the worst time. If the thing's going down, you're going to see a lot of repack products. You should unsubscribe from any channel that does repacks and tell them, say, look, don't do repacks. That's just my advice. That's the one advice I'd give you. Clearly give you that advice. And I'd also say this, guys, if anybody's out there watching this with a bigger channel, please join my I'll say war against repacks, but comment. You know, you got big channels. Talk about repacks. Talk about how bad they are. Small channels. The Glorious P. Talk about it, repacks. Tell people not to do it. We got to stop this repack garbage. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Costa Rica, Matt, John, everybody, thank you very much. For those who are watching later, thank you very much. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And like I said, got a video dropping in 27 minutes.